Here are 9 tips to improve your bass guitar technique so you can avoid injury and play faster. Tip 1 is strap height. Relax your body, sit up straight and adjust the strap height so your bass stays in the same position sitting down and standing up. Tip 2 is headstock position. Lift your bass neck up so the headstock is just below eye level and you can avoid bending your fretting hand wrist. Tip 3 is bent wrist. Lift up your plucking hand elbow so you can avoid bending your plucking hand wrist. Tip 4 is muting. There are a number of ways to mute the strings on bass, but what I found to be the most effective is floating thumb. This is where you use your thumb to mute the lower strings when playing ascending lines and your fretting hand to mute the higher strings when playing descending lines. Tip 5 is consistency. Try to keep your index finger and middle finger consistent, and if you ever come across a technically challenging bass line, slow it down and focus on what both hands are doing. To keep track of which finger you're using in the plucking hand, say I for index and M for middle out loud while playing the bass. Tip 6 is speed. To increase speed in the plucking hand, practice string skipping exercises like simple octaves and raking when playing descending lines. To increase speed in the fretting hand, practice position shifting exercises. Tip 7 is thumb position. Imagine there is a line down the middle of your bass neck. Place your fretting hand thumb down that line and use it as a pivot point so you don't have to keep on shifting position. Tip 8 is avoiding fret buzz. To avoid fret buzz, play just behind the fret and don't squeeze the neck too hard in the fretting hand. Also, make sure your action is set up correctly. Action just means your string height or the distance between your string and the fretboard. And tip 9 is the 2 common technique mistakes. The first mistake is flying fingers when your fingers have a mind of their own and they just fly off the fingerboard. Just use simple finger independence exercises to prevent flying fingers. The second mistake is caving fingers when your finger joints cave inwards. Only use caving fingers when barring between strings and use the third finger to help out the fourth finger or pinky to prevent caving fingers.